Welcome back to JJ Central DIY channel. Today we have an awesome topic here, which is their 12-volt battery. They may have a big high voltage battery to run the car, but to operate the accessories, it needs that 12-volt battery. And for some reason, if that goes down, these cars stop working. You're on the side of the road and it can happen anytime. So it's better to change it as a preventative measure with something a little better. AGM battery instead of a typical lead acid battery, which is what we're going to do today. So step one, let's open the hood. All right, step two, unlatch here this way. All right, step three, secure there. All right, let's locate the battery. Where is it? It's not hard to locate. It's right here. You can see the Nissan's battery with 24-month free replacement warranty. Problem is, car is over 3 years old. So, yes, it's not under warranty or I can't free replace, and there's nothing wrong with it. But I know in a year or so, this will put me on the side of the road and I'll be scrambling at that point. So instead of this lead acid battery, I'm going to change it with the AGM battery. And in order to swap that, we need to take out this component, that, and the strap, and then we can take it off. Okay. And what are the choices we have? We'll see. Yeah, for about $250 to $300 range, you can pick it up one. You can pick up a AGM battery from AutoZone, O'Reilly, or Advanced Auto Parts, but it is still expensive. Costco, I believe, sells it for around $200, and Amazon, surprisingly, had a really good rated battery right here, as you can see, pack 12, shipped for I think like $160 or something around $150 range. See? Pretty good. So I compared the specs, 570 cold cranking amps and 36-month free replacement. So AGM battery comes with a handle, makes it easy. So I thought it was pretty good, that it's a good deal compared to anything else. The main thing is 50 AH and 570 CCA, which is in par with what's in the Nissan. First thing first, we're gonna take this out. All we have to do is push this tab and pull up, and same on the back. Push this tab and pull up, okay? At the same time, just like that. To the back. And this box should just move to the side. Remember, there's wiring harness attached to it. So just put it onto the side as much as possible so it doesn't interfere with the battery. Okay. Both the terminal are loose, so both are 10mm, and I'm gonna move that out of there, move this out of here, and now we can take the strap off. That looks like a smaller 8mm, I assume. We'll see. All right, so this is also a 10mm bolt, not an 8. You need a deep socket for this, and we'll undo the. All right, so there's a little J hook in here to release that, but you can either do that or take the nut completely out on both sides. All right, so those two are out, and you should be able to just pull this off, leave it up there, and there's a plastic shielding here. We can pull that off at this point. Or we can just try lifting it up, move everything out of the way, and wiggle the battery out. All right, the battery is out. All right, here are the two batteries side by side, exactly same design, same shape and all that. Now, if you notice, the OEM came with 470 cold cranking amps and 52 amp hours. This one, 570, that's a little more, but it's cold cranking amps. and it was 50 AH versus 52 AH, so pretty dead on, and actually in fact a little better on the cold cranking amp side, even though we don't cold crank an electric car. But AGM much better than lead acid. Also, as you can see, the battery is exactly 3 years old. The reason I'm changing this, it could last for 5 years. Like I said, I don't want to be on the side of the road because it failed all of a sudden, right? And AGM is much better in charging quickly from in an electric vehicle environment. And this particular car I'm putting this on is basically sat for nearly a whole year on the lot, so I do know that affects the battery. So anyway, we're going to change it. Don't forget to take these off. You know, some idiots install with these on and wonder why it's not working. All right, there you go. Let's do it. All right, we are back in business. Dropped it right in there. I even managed to put that white thing back on. All right, so seat the battery nice and firm inside where this thing overlaps onto the side. And now we are ready to put the bracket on. So the bracket should align itself with that and these two clamps holding it. And then this side, it should also line up perfectly with those screws. If they don't, your battery is not sitting in a proper position. Okay. So having said that, let's now secure the battery with these nuts. Again, 10 millimeter. Okay. I need a deep socket. Okay. Alright, so both sides are super tight. The battery is not moving. And now we can put the terminals back on. It is important to put the positive one first. So let's do that, and then we will do the negative one. Okay. All right, wiggle it so it goes down. You wiggle it so it goes down further, and then we can tighten it. Good news is everything is 10 millimeter. So if you have them, a deep socket, that's all you need basically. Good. So we got that. We'll put this cover back on. Now coming to the negative. This is where it usually sparks on a normal car, on EV. I don't know, we'll see. Ready? Yep, it did spark a little. Okay, car is booting up. That's okay. Push it down as much as you can. Right, and a little bit tightening this. Right, that's good. All secure. One weird thing about this particular tightening of the terminals is usually you go from the side and you can physically see it like tighten as you screw in. This one has a clamp underneath that kind of shrinks as you tighten. Little different and unnecessary. Anyway, so that goes back in. And that's about it. So all we have to do now is put this particular guy back in place, turn the box around, line it up exactly with these, line it up with this clamp, this side and in the back, and click on both sides. All right, that's it. That's how you successfully change lead acid battery that came with the car with the AGM battery, or you can even put a lithium ion battery in there. It's just over $400 and really not that big of a benefit, other than the one benefit that it is lighter, so you'll get probably 2 extra miles of range in the car. Apart from that, this is cost efficient, $150. If you like it, if you like the video, and if you want to support, you can use the link in the description of this video to buy that product from Amazon. and I'll probably get $1 or two, well, probably $1 from that. All right. That's it. So we put this back, go check the car, test it, and see if everything is working well. All right, it booted right up, took it for a spin, and it's all working fine. So it happened pretty decently easy for me. If you are doing, and if you have some challenges while doing, maybe, take it to the dealer to do it, or take it to someone who knows how to do it. But this is how the process is, and do it at your own risk. All right. I'll see you in the next video.